There are instances where a patient might get worse before they get better. This is not common, and it only happens with certain diseases. It only happens with all orthopedic problems, musculoskeletal problems, in the most part. So if you're coming with reactive problems like asthma or hay fever, these are extremely unlikely. I want to say never, but you can't say never, but it's basically really unlikely to happen. Autoimmune diagnosis, these don't get worse. Cancer, these don't get worse. What else? Emotions, emotional issues, depression, anxiety, insomnia, which is quite commonly emotions, headaches. These things, they don't tend to get worse. Extremely rare, maybe never. But there is one category that's quite common, like I just said, orthopedic, musculoskeletal. So exactly what happens to make someone get worse after treatment? I'm going to use the example of carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, we could be talking about potentially any pain, from arthritis, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, epicondylitis, any-itis, any-itis. When you've got carpal tunnel syndrome, the pathway that runs down the inside of the arm becomes stagnant here. And this stagnation in the flow of energy leads to the physical manifestation of the slowing down of the movement of fluids inside the carpal tunnel, and then this slowing down of the movement of fluids then begins to impact and impinge on the nerve, giving numbness, pain, strange sensations in your fingers, thumbs, and what we know as carpal tunnel syndrome. So the main way that we move this energy is to create more in the body using acupuncture and to bring it to the meridian that's stagnant, and it starts flowing down the arm, and when it reaches here it starts to cause more stagnation. Pressure grows, and we want it to grow in lieu of moving this stagnant energy. So it's exactly like a dam in a river. We've got a dam in a river, there's a load of junk in it, wood, trolleys, tyres, completely blocking the river. One way, in theory, that we could break this dam is if we had massive rainfall and the river swells, and this extra water that is coming down the river hits this dam and smashes it out the way and moves it. Dam gone. But what if it comes down the river, hits the dam, it doesn't break the dam because it hasn't quite got the power yet, so we have more pressure, pressure growing. Then there comes a moment where the dam is broken and it's gone. Exactly the same principle happens in the body. Energy arrives and we get more pressure, or it moves straight away. If it moves straight away, you won't get a reaction, and this is what happens to the vast majority of patients, but occasionally you meet someone that does. So this energy arrives, so you get more pressure, and when you get more pressure, you get more pain. There comes a moment which, on average, I'm going to say a ballpark, I'm guessing it's something like half a day, maybe 1 day, maybe you'll get pain for 1 day afterwards, but there comes a moment where the energy is sufficiently abundant that it will start to move. And then once in a while, I mean, this really doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. You meet a patient that you treat and the pressure starts to rise, the fresh energy arrives, they get more pain, but then it doesn't move. Now, if this happens to you, don't suffer for the whole week. Just give me a buzz. We need to get you in again and we need to get it moving. So just don't, if you're one of these people that if you've been in for acupuncture and you're watching this video and this has happened to you, then don't worry about it. Just get on the phone and we'll get you in and we'll sort it out. But like I say, that's pretty rare. It doesn't happen very often. In general, it doesn't happen very often.